Welcome to episode 243 of the UFO Buster Radio Report. This is Manny Moonraker, and this is the Saturday Night Space Special. Why is it the Space Special? Because all I've got is a bunch of space bullshit to report. I really am waiting for Mad Dog Mike to blow his ass up, and I couldn't wait another day to do a podcast. So I said, well, you know what? Let's look at some of the crazy stuff. And there's two news articles that were reported recently regarding space. Because at the end of the day, when you think about UFOs and aliens, those fuckers are coming from space, so you might as well talk about space shit. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's a Saturday. The way I planned Friday was for you guys to be totally drunk Friday going into Saturday. If you recall, if you listened to the last episode, I said you'd be having your hamburger with an egg on it to recover. And so tonight, you should be with me right now thinking about what's going to happen when Mad Mike launches his ass into space trying to hit that 5,000 foot mark, whatever the fuck he's trying to reach. And because he's not committed to that one sponsor. Listen, it's all crazy. I can't, you can't, anyone, no one can write this. This is bananas, but, you know, I'm kind of excited about it. So before we report the fact that Mad Mike blew his ass up, we are going to talk about some other stuff that seems equally ridiculous. And really, when it comes to space, it's just crazy. So this is episode 243, the useless Saturday Night Space News. Because I know that's what you want. I can feel it. I honestly received so much feedback just on the stuff I posted regarding Mad Mike and then regarding my ticket for the 2020 elections in the United States. That's right. I got Bern and Bob for the candidates for president and vice president for the U.S. in 2020. I mean, who else? Who else is going to get you into Area 51 other than these two guys? You got one guy who's riding the bandwagon, right? He's got cowboy boots. He's got all kind of stuff going on. He's got his hat, his lasso. And then on the other side, you got Bob. Bob has been there before. He's a Area 51 reject, or S4, as he likes to say in his interviews. Bob's been there before. Been there, done that. There goes his experience. So he has experience in the subject matter. As with any candidate, you have to have experience in scandals. Bob has experience with with scandals. He does. Listen, anyone that can get a secret clearance, go 180 on it, turn their back on the government on that secret clearance, and still live today. Shit, he is riddled by scandal. He makes a perfect vice president. I'm telling you, there's no way to look at this in any other fashion other than knowing that these two are the ones for ufology. Now, you could possibly, if you really feel like you need some big money behind it, you can take Bob, maybe push him out the way, push him to the side, make him maybe the throw him into the Senate or something like that. And in his place, you can put Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo. That's right. Take Robert Bigelow and put him in there. Because we know Robert, the Space Gigolo, has gotten really cozy with the government, with NASA and all that kind of stuff. So he's got an inside track as well. So there's a lot of ways you can do it to get old Bernie Sanders, the nod from the Democratic or Independent side to get him to get in there on this this bandwagon, this UFO bandwagon, alien Area 51 thing that he's on right now. I know he saw 2.5 to 3 million people saying that they want to go to Area 51. Well, fuck, that's 3 million people that could vote for you. If you decide to throw them a bone, and that's what he did. But, you know, Bernie, you by yourself, you can't do it. You need someone that's in the realm of ufology, kind of like Bob Lazar, Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo, one of those. Your last possible person that you could put in there would be Stephen Greer, but I don't know. He's only good. I would say Stephen Greer is only good if the president, at one time or another would need some kind of colonoscopy while he's giving a press conference. That's where I would put the ex-emergency room doctor in as vice president, because he could just reach over and say, "Hey, Bernie, bend over, reach up in there, and take care of business," because that's about all he's good for, as far as I'm concerned. But that's enough about that. So let's go ahead and get into the news, because it's useless. It's regrettable and forgettable, and there's nothing you really need to know about unless you give two fucks about the moon, unless you care about Jupiter. And maybe we should. Useless space news on UFO Buster Radio tonight. Tonight, did Israel dump a bunch of microbial life on the moon? And then, did the planet, the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter, get his ass beat by something? By the way, the links to both of these are going to be in the description. First, let's start with Jupiter. Apparently, an amateur astronomer in Texas, of all places. Where the fuck is this guy? Doesn't he know he should contact me first? Apparently, this guy was looking around because he was looking for a particular meteor. And what he found was basically something that he wasn't expecting. The guy's name is Ethan Chappell. Ethan Chappell was looking for the Perseid meteor shower. And lo and behold, out of the blue, he caught something on Jupiter. He caught one of the biggest flashes of lights coming from Jupiter. And that flash was coming from something slamming into it. What a fucking lucky guy. I mean, this guy... can you talk about luck? Yeah. And think about this, that Jupiter is one of the largest planet in our solar system. But for us to see a flash, the size of what you see in the image, and when I say you see at the image, because if you looked at the photo for this episode, it is that flash that Chappell recorded on his equipment. Yeah, that's a big-ass flash. Take a look at it. Pause the podcast right now. Just pause it. Pause it. Go back. Look at that image. That is a fucking big-ass flash. It's humongous. It's probably bigger than the planet Earth. That's a big-ass flash. And he caught it because he was looking for something else, and there you go. Historical, as a matter of fact. According to this, the flash, if you want to go look for it later, after the fact, kind of like the after party. If you want to look at it, it is along the western portion of Jupiter's southern equatorial belt, or the SEB. And that's where he caught it. Chappell announced his discovery in a tweet. In a tweet, he put, "Image Jupiter tonight looks awfully like an impact flash in the SEB." Well, he used his brain matter for that. He also said it expanded from a pinpoint to a small dot before fading away. Telltale signs of a possible impact based on previous events observed at Jupiter. Again, like I said, this is the Saturday night useless info space podcast episode. So, and for those of you guys who are so excited about Jupiter, you love Jupiter, you like the red eye, that the storm is slowly disappearing because that thing is smaller and smaller every year. Guess what? Now the red eye's got a black eye in the form of a flash. something smacked into that damn planet, and you can look at the picture right now and take a look at it. And that was it. There's nothing else to that. Because no one knows what the fuck slapped into it. No one really cares. No one had an idea. I don't understand why people say that we have such a significant space program, that we have a secret space force, because no one apparently had an idea that this was going to happen to Jupiter. But hey, somewhere that money is going, billions and trillions of dollars, but it's not going to take a look at what's happening in Jupiter. That's a fact, Jack. We just missed that one. And I just want to say that Zachariah is online live, and he says, did I just get flashed by Jupiter? No, sir. You did not. You actually missed it. It was this particular individual out of Texas. Thank you, Texas. By the way, Zachariah, I think, is in Texas. I'm not sure. This guy, Ethan Chappelle, he got flashed because no one else caught it. I don't see any other reports from anyone but Ethan Chappelle, the amateur astronomer, that says that Jupiter got flashed. This is really strange. Again, a lot of money going nowhere because apparently no one else could catch the flash. But Zachariah, if you got flashed, I'm sorry, but it wasn't Jupiter. I don't know what the hell you're up to, but it has nothing to do with the story. I just got to say that much. Let's go to the next one. Jimmy Bean, ladies and gentlemen, when in the flying fuck did Israel get the right to land shit on the moon? I'm sorry, but this story is jacked the hell up. And again, useless space news, because apparently the moon has become the dumping ground for every fucking nation that can put some gas to a rocket. That's what's happening right now. If you could light up some fucking tube and shoot it far enough to get into orbit, why not land your shit on the moon? That's what's happening. We saw China, we saw Japan, and the countries just keep on coming. And after that, it'll be Korea, it'll be Australia, it'll be, fucking Antarctica. And nobody lives there, apparently. I'm not sure. But it's going to continue. And now Israel kind of screwed up. It really did. Israel potentially has contaminated the moon. You don't hear this on your 6 o'clock news, your evening news. You don't hear none of this. This apparently is not a big deal. You could dump all kind of shit. Now, I remember, was it a year or two ago, when the Mars rover Opportunity, was going along around Mars, and they noticed maybe possibly we had some kind of fluid, liquid, water, potentially, that there was a big debate, right, JPL, whether or not the Curiosity rover could be sent over to take a closer look, check it out. But then somebody said, no, there's some kind of rule or accord or space mumbo jumbo that says that we cannot contaminate something like water on a different planet. Are you serious right now? First of all, who the fuck is going to uphold that law? Who the fuck cares? There are no Martians, right? Corey Good? I don't care what you say. There's no Martians on Mars. But apparently, no. So the Curiosity rover could not go and check that out, could not do anything. But somehow this rule, this law, this accord among the different nations of the planet Earth did not get to Israel. The title of this article says thousands of water bears landed on the moon, and they're practically indestructible. So these water bears, these microscopic creatures, are on the moon now, and they're called tardigrades. And the article is kind of misleading because it says that it's thousands. Yeah, how about 10,000? And how the fuck did they count this? They're microscopic. How the fuck did they count 10,000 microscopic water bears? And I'm going to let you know something. I actually studied these accidentally. Yeah, back in biology in college, we went and got a water sample from a local water source at random. Just go, pick up some water, bring it, and put it under a microscope and see what the fuck you see. My sample and a few other people actually included these water bears. The cutest little things. Tiny, extremely tiny, microscopic. So how the fuck did they know that they have 10,000 of these? It's ridiculous. So basically, their lunar lander was actually supposed to be transporting a library of information from around the world, and it crashed on the moon. Wow, really? Nova Spivak, the co-founder and chairman of the nonprofit Arch Mission Foundation, said that the organization worked with Israel-based Space IL to send a craft called Bereshit. I'm gonna stop now for a second because, yeah. So they dropped water bears on the moon, and the mission is called Bereshit. Sounds a little bit like bear shit. They dropped a bunch of bear shit on there. Yeah, the Israelis dropped microscopic bear shit all over the moon, and so now it's contaminated. Yeah, so apparently Bereshit means in the beginning in Hebrew. Sounds a lot like bear shit. So what they were trying to do is drop a bunch of information enough to back up. I'm doing bunny ears. You don't see that. I'm sorry. Quote unquote back up Earth. Yeah, somebody in Israel took it upon their fucking selves to back up the planet. Yeah, how did they do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. I know you guys are wondering how the fuck's sake would the Israelis think that they could back up the planet. And here's a quote. Inside was a lunar library consisting of 30 million pages of human knowledge. Fucktard, that's a lot. Spivak said, including Wikipedia. Stop. Everyone knows you do not use Wikipedia in science. But someone in fucking Israel decided that besides dumping a bunch of microscopic bear shit on the planet, that they would use Wikipedia. And you can't write this stuff. This just makes no sense. It's Wikipedia the encyclopedia for people in Israel? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let me just continue with my bunny ears quote. Including Wikipedia, 30,000 books, a key to 5,000 languages, David Copperfield's magic secrets. I can't. This is worse than Mad Mike blowing his ass up tomorrow. They literally they put David Copperfield's magic secrets on the fucking moon with the bear shit. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And by the way, all of this was etched in nickel as a tiny little image that you could see with a microscope that's littered with a bunch of bear shit. You can't write this stuff. I mean, I don't know who came up with this. This is bananas. According to him, he said about 60,000 pages could be seen without needing a computer. Well, thanks for that. I'm sure aliens would love that. But the rest of Bear Shit's payload was an object the size of a DVD. It contained human DNA from 25 people. Can we ask a question? Who the fuck are the 25 people they picked to represent the planet? We'll have to wait on the answer, I'm sure. And there were more than 100 cells containing DNA, which according to Spivak is enough to regenerate the human race. Again, who the fuck thought about this? So you basically had Israel, who threw a bunch of bear shit, threw DNA from 25 people, 100 cells containing DNA, and a shitload of Wikipedia bad information, which usually isn't really backed up by anyone. No one really researches that shit, and threw it on the moon, just for fuck's sake. So E.T. is going to come down. He's going to find 25 people, 100 samples of DNA, a bunch of bear shit, And that represents mankind. Along with Wikipedia. I mean, fuck, we know that's a trusted source. You cannot. You just... Didn't I tell you this was a bunch of useless space news? I mean, are we wrong to even get upset about this? This is bananas what they did. And on the moon, since when the moon became the shitting ground for everyone on the planet? And basically, that's what it's become the last few years. The dumping ground. You just dump all your stupid shit on there. Your Chinese fucking rovers that don't work, and your shit from Israel. I don't get it. It's a dumping ground now. Now it's contaminated. It's got a bunch of shit on there nobody wants. No one wants to see that shit. Not even aliens. I mean, this has got to be the best 25 fucking people in Israel to represent the entire planet. That's all I got to know. And again, who gave the Israelis the right to dump this DNA, dump the bear shit on there? It makes no sense at all. None at all. And according to Zechariah, he says Planet Earth is a reality show for ET. Yeah, it's like Big Brother right now. And that's what it is. It's a big, ugly-ass reality show. It's in a lot of ways, it's not funny. And the exclamation mark is going to be some 63-year-old blowing his ass up tomorrow. Which, honestly, I joke about it. But I hope it doesn't happen because that's pretty jacked up. But if you strap yourself to a rocket, you could expect that shit's going to blow up. Eventually, that shit's going to catch up with you. Right? But, there's no commitment there because that's who he is being represented by as a sponsor. A non-committal app. And you know what? Maybe halfway through, he just pulls the plug and shoots out and evacuates the whole thing, and his parachute opens and it has a sponsor name on it because he's got no commitment. No commitment at all. That's the news for today. By the way, the link for the UBR Alien Hunter Chapter 1, it's in there. It is a beta, as I said before. It's up for testing. What I'm looking for is folks to get in there. If you have an Android device, go in there and check it out. Play with it. Love it. Spend time with it like it's your child. Caress it. Let it grow. And if you don't like what this game is doing, let us know. There's an email there. Just send us an email. Say, hey, Manny, shit, this game is fucked up. Can you do something else about this? I will listen. Yeah, I will. Team UBR is going to listen. I guarantee that much. But at the meantime, I got a song for you having to do... it's like a Saturday theme because it is Saturday for at least a few more fucking hours. We might not see a moon tomorrow. I just want to say that. And I hope these 25 people are good representatives of mankind because otherwise we are completely fucked. Totally. I'll catch you next time. Moonraker out with useless space news. Ciao, Bella.